I mean, 75%'s, it's not 100, but it's something. There have been plagues. There was a deadly Ebola outbreak in several countries in West Africa a long time ago, and then just several years ago in the mid-teens of this millennium. And that was over there. And somehow in the US, we decided to make it our problem for the people who were going to try to address government inaction, medical needs, and a deficiency of justice in the face of an outbreak. We have this history in this country of penalizing and making wrong persons who get ill. Listen the next time someone says, "Oh, I've never been sick a day in my life," or "I never get sick." It's kind of good to get sick. It's good to get that out of your system. He was never sick a day in his life and dropped dead at 42 of a heart attack. Exactly. Like, let some of that out. Sweat it out. Look at some of the cultures where they sweat. Russians do this, the Finns, the Swedes, the Japanese, Koreans. Sweat it out. Sweat it out. If you don't sweat it out, let your fever, don't get 105-degree fever, because there's a certain point where you start to have brain damage, but, let your body process things. Some people my age have parents who lived through polio, which was scary to them. And they modified their behaviors. So in the summer, they had to take naps. There were times that they could be out and about and times they couldn't be before there was a vaccine. People my age who are alive, if you hear my voice, then you're alive. If you hear my voice, then you survived AIDS. There are things that happen. There are epidemics of violence. There are epidemics of poverty. So there are all kinds of ways of looking at things that are life-threatening or potentially life-threatening. And what is your behavior going to be, or your potential behavior going to be in the face of that? So if you'd like some kind of inspiration about how some people did it, there's a really good documentary about a particular subset of the AIDS activist direct action group, ACT UP, and it's called How to Survive a Plague. It's a specific story about specific individuals within a larger group. It's quite compelling, according to some people I've talked to who aren't of my generation, who didn't live through that. There are lots of other documentaries about that period that you can look at. That's a good place to start. If you want something to amuse yourself while you're on lockdown, check that out.